Hi, this is Tiffany, and I love AVA Live Radio.
This is Brian J. Klein, and I love AVA Live Music.
Hey, this is Rob Hill from Canada, and I absolutely love AVA Live Radio.
Hi, this is Tara Everly of Iridescence, and I love AVA Live Radio.
Hey guys, this is Jacqueline Jax, and I love AVA Live Radio.
This is Lainey Nash, and I love AVA Live Radio.
This is Chris Bishop, and I love AVA Live Radio.
Hi, this is Naomi Thumb, and I love AVA Live Radio.
Hi, we're Orange Avenue,
and we love AVA Live Radio.
Welcome, everyone. This is Jacqueline Jax, your host of Behind the Music, AVA Live Radio, coming to you live from our South Florida studio. Next up, we've got Alan Hart coming on the radio. Here's this song. It's called Haze.
In this haze that is my mind, I try to play the story over. I'd like to change my reality and not face the fact that the story is over. Yeah, it's over, even if I don't want it to be. Yeah, it's over. I still can't believe I'm far from you. The blood in my heart has started freezing. I'm still confused if it was me or you, because the fact that a story is over. Yeah, it's over, even if I don't want it to be. Yeah, it's over, 'cause I left you, and you left me. All that we're left with is pain and sorrow. And you left me, and I left you. With all this confusion, I'm losing my mind. You love me, and I love you. I guess that Cupid misplaced his arrows. And you lost me, and I lost you. Why can't we just start over again? Oh, 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 oh. In this maze that is my mind, I don't recall any part of the evening. I just remember waking up in the morning, finding a note says the story is over. Yeah, it's over, even if I don't want it to be. Yeah, it's over, 'cause I left you, and you left me. All that we're left with is pain and sorrow. And you left me, and I left you. With all this confusion, I'm losing my mind. You love me, and I love you. I guess that Cupid misplaced
Beautiful, beautiful song. That was Haze by Alan Hart. Please welcome him. Hello there.
Hello, Jacqueline. How are you today?
I am awesome. Thank you. So beautiful to hear you on the radio today. Where are you? In Quebec, right?
Yeah, beautiful Quebec City where fall is coming on us today with rain and about, 55 degrees Fahrenheit, something like that.
Oh, my gosh, 55 degrees.
Yeah, already.
I want to go there.
Well, it's good time. Good time to come. You won't be too hot.
Go. Quebec City is beautiful. I was born in Toronto, so not too far from there. And
good.
I just love it over there. It's just, it's so clean and beautiful, and the people are so nice. Do you like it there?
I love Quebec City. It seems to be just the right size for city, and still it feels like a small town, And it's beautiful. Oldest city in North America, 400 and something years old now.
Amazing. Fun. My mom always wanted me to learn to speak French, and she's been trying for years and years and years. I think I took two years of French when I was little, and I cannot speak it because there's nobody around me that speaks French.
I guess you need a French boyfriend, something like that. Then you will learn fast.
There you go. See, I have to move to Quebec and get a French boyfriend, then I'll be all right.
There you go.
Are there a lot of places to play for you in Quebec City?
Quebec City is a French city, so it's been good for French singers, like folk singing people. It's very good for them. They can go to microbreweries. That's a big network here, but that's for English people. It's mostly cover bands, so it's a bit difficult. You can book some places maybe on a Wednesday or on a Thursday for original music, but the weekend is mostly just cover bands, so it's very difficult for original music, in English especially.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. What direction are you in with your music? Because you have such a great presentation between the images that you do and the music that you put out. Tell me what's behind all of that. Are you working with somebody, or is there a certain vision that you have?
Well, in independent music, of course, you still need a team to work with. So, of course, I have some artistic management, people that tell me what would look good and things like that. And, of course, I'm the one who produced my album. So, of course, the producer needs to find the good people to do the right work at the right time. So I had a very good musician. His name is Pika Feller. He's an electronic DJ. But he's also a great musician, and he's owner of the studio where I went. And he was really good because my concept for the album, I'm from the generation where we bought CDs when we were young, and I've been disappointed so many times in my life where you buy an album, you heard one song on the radio, and then you buy the album, and that person just got let's say a good riff or a good hook, and then they reproduced it for 10 songs, and they all sound the same. So I wanted to avoid that trap at all costs. So what I told my director at the studio, I told him I would like to go with a concept. I called it the triangle concept. I don't want to sound like a big scientist or something like that. I'm not. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to always have the pop rock sound, and then on top we had it. For some songs, we put some rockabilly. For another song, we put some country rock. And Haze, as an example, we put some dubstep on it. So you still feel that it's Alan Hart because they're all connected. You always have the pop rock, and we try to have the same sound, but at the same time to make them very, very different so that everybody can find something they like. If someone is more into country rock music, then probably they won't like the same songs as someone that would prefer pop rock or a younger crowd or something like that. So I think everybody can find something, and that's exactly what I wanted. That's my direction. I want to, and also when I wrote the album, I was thinking a lot about the concert because that's where independent music, we can make a bit of money. So I wanted to have something very active and with old songs that people can dance to, and you can come to the concert and have a great time. Yeah.
It sounds really nice.
Yeah, that was my concept. I hope I achieved it. I think so. So all my songs, I think they fit together on the album. But if you like something different, you can I have a song that sounds a bit like a Nine Inch Nails or something, and then I have other songs that are completely opposite. So that's really what I wanted. I wanted to. I'm sorry?
I said I'm excited to hear that. I can't wait. Now that I've heard you describe it, you just like totally piqued the interest. How many songs are there? 11 songs on there?
Yeah, it's 10 original songs, and one of them I wrote for. I think my crowd, since I'm a male singer, I think it's for women, probably mostly the people that go to concerts. And I was thinking about their boyfriends. Maybe they will find me boring. So I have a song that is really, really funny, and I think it's a guy's song. It's called The Girl I Know. And there's 2 versions of it because for the radio, I cannot say the words I'm saying in the original version. So you have a clean one and the original one. And that was mainly for the men, that I played it in concert and people they roll themselves on the ground,
No,
they think it's really
great.
Hilarious. So, yeah, I wanted to have lots of different stuff and think about the concert, not too many ballads, lots of stuff so that people can enjoy a great, great time when they go out. So that was my goal.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that you thought that far ahead. I think that's terrific. It is.
Well, when you're an independent artist, that's the exact moment in your life when you can do whatever you want, or when you can say it the way you want to say it, the way you want it to sound. So I wanted to take the biggest advantage I could of that situation and just make it my own, just make exactly what my dream was when I was a small boy and I bought a CD and what I wanted to hear. And I was so disappointed so many times that I wanted to do this album just, what I wanted, and I hope other people, that's what they want also, People that enjoy. I like many styles of music. I don't just like pop or rock. I like everything from opera to anything. So I wanted to give people just a bit of taste of, many styles and just one album.
Yeah, no, I see where you're going with it. It's great. Did you find it difficult to tie it all in together into one album? Or was just making it for the stage enough for you to be able to bring the pieces together?
But, okay, I'm not completely certain I understand your question. But
so, in other words, when you plan an album like that, right, and you're thinking of how you're going to entertain people on the stage, is there a theme that you stuck to for it, or is it just the flow?
You see, many times I had inspiration. I filtered everything at the start. I wanted something I was coming back from Africa. I went there to work for 4 months, and it was such an amazing experience. I came back so positive from there. When I came back, I said, okay, so this is the mood I want. I want something really positive. So everything that was, like bad stories, or Haze is the only one that is like a sad story on the album. I wanted something very positive. So from the very beginning, from the writing, anytime I would write something that did not fit in that mood, I would put away. So now you got the result of what I wrote that fitted in the mood I was in. I wanted something really positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you write while you were in Africa? Or did you wait till you came back?
Just after I came back.
Wow. What was that like?
When I was in Africa, I was very busy. I was working for an aviation company there, and we were traveling in between the countries, so I didn't have time. But just the experience and everything that I lived there, all the animals that I saw, Africa is just amazing. I felt like I was at home. So when I came back, I was still all in that how can I say, energy from Africa, from discovering a new place, a new continent with such beautiful people. And so that was just it. I was in the mood. I started writing right after I came back. I took about 3 months to write the album. Of course, there were, as I told you, other songs that didn't make it because they were not in the right. It was too negative, That's not what I wanted, not for that album. Maybe later I can use what I wrote during that period, but for now, we just wanted what we thought was good and in the mood that I wanted the album to be.
What a wonderful, wonderful way to plan your music career. It's. I think that you've been presenting it to me so far so uniquely, and I love that. I love that. I really do, because it's like a true artistic vision that you have. You've got an idea, and even the fact that you're talking about the after, which is the end game being the result of playing this in front of people and the journey that you can take them on and what you can have them experience as part of the whole show. I think that
exactly,
it's a wonderful, wonderful idea. And I can see where people could seriously embrace this. Now, when did it come out?
It came out on June 10th of this year.
It's just brand new.
Distributed by Believe Digital. It's worldwide.
Mm-hmm. How exciting!
There's
so now
no
you're trying
physical
to
album yet. You know, this is in this era that we live in. It's
digital.
Of course, it's always good for the artist to see. You go in a store and you see your album, but economically, it's not so good right now. You know, I'm not well known yet, so I guess that's the next step. But it's available everywhere in the world. I lived in Japan, so already I did some sales in Japan. I lived also in South America. I had a busy life. And
you
so
sure
my friends from South America also, they're jumping on board. So it's really, really nice.
I love that. It's great. So
but
now it's about marketing. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but it's all that. You know, I'm an artist, so of course I need some people around me, my team, because music business is much longer than music, eh?
Yeah, it is, for sure.
Yeah, so of course that's why I knew this. I took some classes on how to start a business in the music industry, just to make sure I didn't do anything stupid, and maybe that's what helped me plan so far ahead, you know, when I was writing, already getting ready for what's coming up next, what's important in 1 year or 2 years, you know?
Mm-hmm. What do you find is, well, obviously I already kind of know what's the most important to getting to that stage and performing this whole thing, but what other pieces do you find are necessary for you as an artist? Because, you know, it's different for everyone. It's not the same journey. What is it that you want to achieve within your music, or this album release?
Well, of course, any artist wants to be able to live from the music, so that's my main goal, without being a big dreamer of thinking I could be Bruno Mars in Canada or something like that. That's not my goal, but just living from the music. At this time, I'm still in the part where I'm trying to get my fan base. I'm tracking. I have 2 songs that played on Canadian radio, so I'm having some kind of success in Canada. So that's really good. And my next step, of course, is to plan the tour. I think my fan base is almost ready for that. So that's the goal. And then when I go on tour, I know I will have something exceptional. You know, so that's how confident I am. I hope it's not too much, but.
No, it's not.
The show is ready, everything. We've practiced with the band. They're awesome, and it's going to be a very good show. It's all planned just to make you, when it ends, that you say, man, I wish it would continue a bit more. So that's all planned like that.
I love it. Have you been able to track your fan base through Reverb Nation? Are you using that page to track the fans?
Yes, and on Facebook also, it's much easier to know who's listening to your song. And I found also, you know, social media is really good, but also doing the tracking with a tracking company for the radio in Canada, then you get reports, so you know exactly where you're playing and who's requesting your song, which towns really enjoy you. So that helps a lot when, you know, I'm planning the tour, so it helps a lot to go to the right places at the right time, you know?
Of course, yeah. I love to hear this.
And Canada being such a small country, I guess you need to plan a bit, eh?
Yes, yeah, you do. You need to plan. You know, it's funny that you should talk about this, because a lot of artists don't know about the planning of these type of things. You know, I've even seen artists who have built their whole fan base on YouTube and just been strict to that one platform. And then they've taken the stats and they only plan concerts in places where they have, 100,000 fans in a space. So they know that they can sell out maybe, 10,000 seats. every single night.
Yeah.
And they've done it that way. And I think that's really smart, because if you are going to play out, you may as well make it worth your effort and make it a lucrative project. Because a lot of times hitting the road is so expensive that it's so much better. Go ahead.
I'm a singer-songwriter, so my whole album is just Alan Hart. So anytime I go out to play with people, those are paid musicians.
Yeah.
So, of course,
to
go on tour, you cannot make a mistake. If you go to a place where you don't make any money, it's going to cost you a lot, because you need to pay the hotels, you need to pay the transport, the food, and to pay the musicians to play. So, of course, that's why I've been putting a hold on the concert tour for now, just to make sure my fan base is okay, so that I don't put my foot in my mouth when I try to do this and lose a lot of money,
Right, of course, of course. I'd like to see you
I think
doing some... What's that?
No, I think it's easier, let's say, if you're in a band and everybody's got the same goal, so everybody's willing to make a sacrifice to make it to that goal, then I guess it's much easier for them to do it. But as a solo artist, the paid musicians, they don't have the same goals. Their goal is the money that they get for the gig, and that's it. They don't see it in 5 years or in 10 years,
No, of course not. I'd like to see you studying up on things like crowdfunding and Kickstarter campaigns, because the end goal being that you need super fans, and that's a way that you can really test out your fan base and know who's behind you. You can create a special list of the people who invest in you and that would buy tickets, and then you can really start to gain momentum on it. So I'd love to see you kind of looking into that.
Yeah, it's really funny you're mentioning this, because this week, I think the best weapon for an artist is imagination. And finding new ways to do stuff, and then you don't need so much money. Just imagination makes you go a long way. And this week I had a great idea for my concert where I could do a lot more dates, but it needs technology, and that's exactly what I thought. I said, for the first time, I will let my ego go away, and I think I'll try the funding for this, because I think it's a great idea. It's never been seen anywhere, and I already talked with all the technological people if it's doable, and they all told me yes, and I don't want to mention it today, but I'm telling you, the concert's going to be amazing.
Oh, I'm excited. That's great. Yeah, I'd love to see that. Well, keep us in tune. I definitely want to see what happens and be able to follow your journey. And I'd love to review the rest of the songs. I'm excited to go and hear them now that I've heard this whole story, play out. And I've been able to ask questions in real time, not just
and I hope you will see my triangle that I was talking about. Can you imagine if you don't see it?
I'm sure I will. I have all the confidence in the world in you. Tell me one thing before you go. The picture that we've been featuring of you holding, it looks like a electronic heart or like a mechanical heart. What is that?
Yes, that's the concept. I'm a handicapped person. I have only a third of a heart.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so we wanted to do like I'm giving you my heart or something like that, You can interpret it the way you want, but as soon as you know that I'm having problems, I'm a handicapped person, so that was my concept.
Oh, my goodness, that's incredible.
So please don't believe it's not my real heart.
No, it's incredible, though. I love it. Visually, it just tells so much. And now that I know the story behind it, it's wonderful. You're wonderful. You take care,
the
Alex.
way I wanted it to show is like I'm giving you, not my soul, but you see, I'm giving you my heart. It's all.
Yeah, I love that. I really do. Wonderful work, wonderful job. A pleasure to have you as part of our music community, and I cannot wait to watch this journey unfold. I'm very excited for you.
Thank you so much, Jacqueline.
As Alan Hart on AVA Live Radio's Behind the Music series, coming out of South Florida and Quebec. He's over there in Canada. I cannot wait. Go check out his music video. He's got one up on our page for The Girl I Know. And it's the clean version, if you're curious, up there on avaliveradio.com. Be sure to hook up with his social media pages as well as his website, because you're not going to want to miss a day of this. You never know what he's going to do now. Is he going to live stream? How is he going to plan this? Where's the crowdfunding? What's it going to be like? This is definitely a man to watch. He's got a lot going on, and the music is wonderful too. So very excited for him. Congratulations.